Ladies and gentlemen, I'm reading a Washington Times article. Like I always do, I cite reputable sources. House GOP plans to punish Garland for alleged partisanship at DOJ. For definite partisanship at DOJ, Republicans are preparing to take on Attorney General Merrick Garland if they win the House majority this year, which they will, including impeachment. And several Department of Justice whistleblowers have come forward to help them. Representative Jim Jordan of Ohio, who should be the Speaker of the House. If Republicans don't make Jim Jordan Speaker of the House, or somebody like Jim Jordan, and go with Kevin McCarthy, it'll be a very bad thing for Trump. But here, Jim Jordan, the top Republican on the Judiciary Committee, said more than half a dozen people have come forward. We just need to investigate and get all the facts right now, Mr. Jordan told the Washington Times, stressing Republicans have not yet decided on what should be the appropriate action. They're going to try everything. They're going to go, they're mulling ideas, including impeachment, contempt charges, and restrictions on the department's funding. Wow. So, they're not only going to initiate investigations of Hunter, his emails, Joe, his meetings with Hunter's business associates that he lied about. A whole bunch of investigations linked to the Durham probe special counsel, very likely of former bureau officials, possibly of people on the current congressional committee investigating Trump for 2 years ago. A day that I condemn, but it's interesting, Democrats don't condemn we can go on forever. According to Wikipedia, it's $1 to $2 billion in property damage that summer, with 19 lives lost and 14,000 arrests. And whereas I definitely support the cause of why people demonstrated that summer, it is the height of hypocrisy and also, the most disingenuous and duplicitous type of politics. Adam Kinzinger, Liz Cheney, Democrats, Adam Schiff, all these people, they condemn what took place on that one day in January, but they don't condemn an entire summer. I mean, it's like Democrats get away with pretty much everything. It's unbelievable. It is really unbelievable. But they should do that. It'll be interesting because you slowly see the pendulum swinging, ever so slowly. What's the phrase? Justice, what is it? Oh, I forgot. But it's the pendulum is swinging slowly towards Trump and Trump Republicans. Thank God. It's almost as if mashed potato brains Joe and Democrats have tried. It's almost as if they have actually tried to ruin the economy. I mean, they should impeach, they could impeach Joe on a prolonged recession. Because we learned that impeachment has nothing to do with a crime. It's a political tool. It's to keep people in check, to keep the powerful on notice. That's what Democrats were saying with Trump. Trump had no right to try to investigate pure as the driven snow Joe by trying to pressure another country to investigate him, even though Joe was bragging, mashed potato brains was bragging about withholding $1 billion. It's almost like as if you can actually see them caught in the act with their hand in the cookie jar, with their pants down, oftentimes literally, and still they'll be like, no. It was part of U.S. foreign policy. No, it wasn't. No, it was not part of U.S. foreign policy because the people he was speaking to, mashed potato brains, when he was bragging about withholding $1 billion, the people he was speaking to said, you have no authority. He even says that while he's boasting. And they said, well, I had no authority. I said, call President Obama. The people he was trying to pressure, told him he didn't have the right to do so, and he didn't. But anyway, that's another story. So he met with, according to the New York Post, he met with Hunter's business associates at the White House, and there were meetings at 19 other government buildings between Hunter and his business associates. That's an investigation right there. They're going to impeach Joe numerous times, like more than one, so they'll impeach him twice. Democrats think that, like, they've opened a Pandora's box. They don't get it. They don't understand. They're like, we can do anything. We're Democrats. Like, no, because when the pendulum swings towards Republicans, Trump Republicans, Jim Jordan, Lauren Boebert, the people you think are really bad, they're going to investigate you in not only in the same manner, but they have more to work with. They have more to work with. A lot more to work with. And there's a special counsel, the Durham Probe Special Counsel, which is still very important. Hit subscribe to this channel, ladies and gentlemen. Hit subscribe to the Stock Market Crash channel and the Bitcoin Crash to 10,000 or lower channel. The Durham Probe is very important. And I explain, look, the economy is going to continue to collapse. It's in free fall right now. Watch the diesel exhaust fluid shortage that we have. That is a huge issue. If the market goes up this week or down this week, we're into a recession right now. We're in a recession. Now, the question is, how many quarters of negative growth will we have? How many quarters of negative growth will we have? That's the question. How many quarters? It's not just, well, we'll have 2 quarters of negative growth, that's a recession. How many more quarters? So the market could go up today. Dow futures are up as I'm doing this. But it's like, you have to understand, ladies and gentlemen, there are going to be layoffs. And remember, it's the economy, stupid? Well, they didn't learn that, or they don't remember that. There are going to be layoffs. We're going to have a prolonged recession. It is directly the result of policies of the Democratic Party. They came in wanting to do away with fossil fuels, then they complained that fossil fuels are too high in price. Well, make up your mind. Oil and gas associations and 14 states sued Biden's administration, actually sued them, and stated within the lawsuits that their policies are causing oil and gas to increase in price. Then Democrats said, well, that's not true. Oh, my goodness. It's like, no, you have a moratorium on leasing in federal lands, and there's a shortage of steel, and inflation has gone up, and you didn't address inflation. Demand has surged for fossil fuels as you went into the Oval Office saying that you want to do away with the entire industry. And your executive orders made it more difficult for oil and gas companies to obtain permits and drill. And they're still denying permits. Like the other week, they're denying permits. This is while oil and gas is through the roof in terms of price. Own it, Democrats. Decide what you want. Do you want to save the planet, or do you want lower gas prices? You can't pick. They always want their cake and eat it too. They always want to have their cake and eat it too. They can't have both. That's why, like, if you disagree with Republicans, they at least believe, most of them, not the Mitt Romneys of the world, but the Jim Jordans, believe in their policies. Democrats do not. That's why if you ask Beto O'Rourke, hey, are you going to take away, a couple months before? No, we're not going to take away. Now, yes. They don't believe in their policies. And so, and their policies are anti-business. The National Association of Manufacturers, the Business Roundtable, the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, all opposed Build Back Better, which was Build Back Worse. Every time I hear Build Back Better, I think of Sir Mix-a-Lot, Baby Got Back. That's the only thing I think of. In addition to why they'd focus on infrastructure and combating climate change, when Democrats and the experts that agreed with Democrats and bureaucrats and multinational organizations said, we need to tank the economy. Like, completely shut down the entire economy, which was the greatest economic sin in modern U.S. history. I mean, it's something that was the brainchild of maniacs. Anyway, give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe right now. Merrick Garland very likely get impeached. Very likely. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe. Thank you so much. And subscribe to the Stock Market Crash channel and the Bitcoin Crash to 10,000 or lower channel.